What if the true foundation of enduring success was hidden beneath the surface? Let's dive into integrity's lasting power. Picture yourself snorkeling above a sprawling coral reef, its vibrant colors and intricate patterns stretching as far as the eye can see. These underwater wonders, built over centuries by tiny polyps, aren't just beautiful, they're a testament to nature's patience, resilience, and interconnectedness. Now imagine building a business with that same enduring strength, where every decision adds a layer of trust and stability, creating something that thrives through challenges and stands the test of time. That's the essence of integrity in business, a quiet, steadfast force that grows slowly but surely, much like coral reefs. Today, we're plunging into how integrity shapes lasting success, drawing parallels with the resilient growth of reefs, the transformative courage of Rosa Parks, and the principled approaches of leaders like Branson and companies like Patagonia. Get ready to explore how integrity isn't just a moral compass, it's a blueprint for economic and ethical triumph. Integrity Unveiled, the unseen strength behind actions. Let's begin with the fundamentals. What does integrity really mean? At its heart, integrity is the moral backbone of a person or organization. It's about staying true to your values and principles, even in the shadows where no one's watching. It's the choice to return the extra change you received at the grocery store, not because you fear getting caught, but because it aligns with who you are. In a business context, it's the company that prioritizes quality over shortcuts, even if it delays profits, or the leader who keeps promises to employees despite market pressures. Integrity isn't about grand gestures, it's about consistency, the small, daily choices that build a reputation of trust and reliability over time, forming a foundation as solid as the bedrock beneath a coral reef. Coral reefs, nature's blueprint for resilience and patience. Now, let's turn to coral reefs, one of nature's most awe-inspiring creations. These underwater ecosystems don't spring up overnight, they grow over centuries, layer by meticulous layer, as tiny coral polyps deposit calcium carbonate to form their intricate structures. Their growth isn't hurried, it's a slow, deliberate process fueled by patience and resilience. What makes reefs so remarkable isn't just their beauty but their ability to thrive through adversity, withstanding ocean storms, temperature shifts, and even human impact, thanks to their strong foundations and symbiotic relationships. Algae provide energy, fish offer protection, and every organism plays a role in sustaining the whole. This mirrors integrity in business. It's about taking the long view, building trust and stability through consistent ethical choices, and creating a system where everyone, employees, customers, partners, benefits and supports one another, much like a reef's interconnected ecosystem. The deep connection, integrity is a slow-burning force for good. So, how does integrity relate to the growth of coral reefs? It's all about the patience and resilience required to build something extraordinary. Just as coral reefs don't chase rapid expansion, they focus on creating a durable structure that can endure. Businesses rooted in integrity prioritize longevity over fleeting gains. They don't bend their values for quick profits or compromise on ethics to dodge a storm. Instead, they build a foundation that can withstand market volatility, public scrutiny, and internal challenges. Integrity in business means committing to fairness, transparency, and accountability, even when it's inconvenient or costly. Over time, these choices create a ripple effect, trust grows, loyalty deepens, and the business becomes a beacon of reliability, much like a coral reef becomes a sanctuary for marine life. It's a slow burn, but one that yields a structure capable of supporting growth and innovation for decades, if not centuries. Rosa Parks, integrity that rippled through history. Let's draw inspiration from a historical figure whose integrity changed the world, Rosa Parks. On December 1, 1955, in Montgomery, Alabama, Parks refused to give up her bus seat to a white passenger, defying segregation laws. Her quiet act of defiance wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision, it was a deliberate stand rooted in her unwavering belief in justice and equality. Facing arrest, harassment, and threats, Parks stood firm, sparking the Montgomery bus boycott, a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement that challenged systemic racism and inspired millions. Her integrity, her refusal to compromise her principles despite immense pressure, shows how a single act of moral courage can create waves of change, much like a coral reef slowly altering the ocean floor over time. Think of Parks' journey as akin to waiting for a long-delayed food delivery after a grueling day. Success, or in her case, justice, doesn't come quickly. It requires enduring the wait, facing hardships head-on, and trusting that the outcome will be worth it. Parks' legacy proves that integrity isn't just about personal conviction, it's about the broader impact of standing for what's right. Her actions built a foundation for future generations to stand upon, just as coral reefs provide a habitat for countless species long after their first polyps take root. Richard Branson, integrity is a driver of trust and success. Now, let's pivot to the business realm with Richard Branson, the visionary behind Virgin Group. Branson has long championed integrity as a non-negotiable value, famously stating, "If you don't have integrity, you have nothing. You can't buy it." For him, integrity means more than avoiding scandals, it's about building trust through honest, ethical practices that benefit everyone involved. Whether it's treating employees with respect, being transparent with customers, or prioritizing social good, Branson's approach is a masterclass in long-term thinking. He understands that trust is the currency of loyalty, customers return to brands they believe in, and employees stay with companies that value them. It's not a quick fix, it's a commitment that pays dividends over time, much like the 10,000-hour rule of mastery suggests. Invest the effort consistently, and the rewards will follow. Branson's philosophy mirrors the symbiotic relationships within coral reefs. By fostering mutual trust and support between his companies, their stakeholders, and the broader community, he's created a thriving ecosystem where everyone benefits. Virgin's diverse ventures, from airlines to music, thrive not just on innovation but on a reputation for fairness and authenticity. Branson shows that integrity isn't just a moral stance, it's a strategic one, building a resilient business that grows stronger with every principled decision. Patagonia, integrity woven into every fiber. Let's also examine Patagonia, a company that's practically synonymous with ethical business. Patagonia doesn't just sell outdoor gear, it champions environmental sustainability and social responsibility. Since its founding, the company has prioritized eco-friendly materials, fair labor practices, and activism, even when it meant higher costs or slower growth. They've donated 1% of sales to environmental causes since 1985, launched campaigns to reduce consumption, like their Don't Buy This Jacket ad, and maintain transparency about their supply chain's impact. This isn't just greenwashing, it's a deep commitment to doing right by the planet and people, even when it's the harder path. Patagonia's approach is the business equivalent of a coral reef's growth: slow, steady, and symbiotic. By aligning their operations with their values, they've cultivated a loyal customer base who trust the brand implicitly, proving that integrity can yield financial success alongside ethical impact. Like the reef's interconnected ecosystem, Patagonia's choices benefit everyone, from the artisans crafting their products to the activists they fund, creating a cycle of growth and goodwill that's as enduring as it is inspiring. Everyday examples: integrity through grit and grace. Let's ground these lessons with real-life stories of integrity in action. First, consider Thomas Edison, whose invention of the light bulb came after thousands of failed attempts. Each failure tested his resolve, but Edison's integrity, his commitment to his vision and refusal to cut corners, kept him going. Every unsuccessful experiment was a tiny polyp, adding to the structure of his eventual success. His persistence paid off, illuminating the world in ways he couldn't have imagined, much like a coral reef's slow growth creates a habitat for future generations. Next, let's look at Oprah Winfrey, who built her media empire on authenticity and empathy. In an industry often driven by sensationalism, Oprah chose to focus on stories that uplifted and educated, even when it wasn't the popular choice. Her integrity, staying true to her values despite pressure, earned her the trust of millions, creating a legacy as enduring as any reef. Her journey shows how consistent ethical choices, like layers of coral, build something resilient and transformative over time. And let's not overlook Nelson Mandela, whose 27 years in prison couldn't shake his commitment to justice. Mandela's integrity, his refusal to abandon his principles even under unimaginable hardship, paved the way for reconciliation in South Africa. Like Parks, his actions rippled outward, reshaping society with the same slow, steady power of a coral reef reshaping the ocean floor. Living integrity, building your own reef, one choice at a time. So, what does this mean for you? Integrity isn't reserved for history's giants, it's a quality we can all nurture in our daily lives. It starts with the choices you make, Do you own up to a mistake, even when it's embarrassing? Do you keep your word, even when it's inconvenient? These small acts are the polyps of your personal reef, each one strengthening your foundation of trust and character. In business, integrity might mean rejecting a deal that feels off, even if it's profitable, or investing in sustainable practices despite upfront costs. In personal life, it could be as simple as supporting a friend through tough times or speaking out against unfairness, even when it's unpopular. Practically speaking, cultivating integrity means knowing your values and holding yourself accountable to them. Write them down. What matters most to you? Honesty? Fairness? Compassion? Then measure your decisions against those principles, especially when the stakes are high. It's not always easy. Sometimes integrity feels like swimming against the current, but like coral reefs, the strength it builds is worth the effort. Over time, these choices create a life or business as resilient and interconnected as a thriving reef ecosystem. Your turn. Share your integrity journey. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever faced a moment where choosing integrity was tough but rewarding? Maybe you stood up for what was right at work, or made a hard call that aligned with your values. Drop your story in the comments. I'm eager to learn how you're building your own coral reef of integrity, one principled choice at a time. Wrapping it up, integrity builds legacies that endure. Integrity in business is like the slow, steady growth of coral reefs, a process of patience and resilience that creates something strong, interconnected, and enduring. From Rosa Parks' courageous stand to Richard Branson's trust-driven empire and Patagonia's ethical model, we've seen how integrity lays the groundwork for lasting impact. It's not the fastest path, but it's the one that withstands storms and fosters growth for generations. So when faced with tough decisions, think of those reefs, choose integrity, and you'll build something that doesn't just survive, it thrives. Thanks for joining me on this journey into integrity's depths. Keep striving for what's right, and I'll see you in the next adventure.